Okay, what it is, y'all. Welcome back to Daryl D TV. Story time today. I want to tell y'all about the first time that I went to the Crotona Park Jams in New York City, in Bronx, New York. Now, before I get into that, let me just back up a minute and say that I've been a fan of rap music since day one, pretty much. And I remember like developing a love for live shows after I started going to concerts. I started going to concerts back in 1986, and they were the real huge tours, all A-list performers, no local openers or anything like that. And anything that I couldn't buy outside of your average record store, I was constantly looking for. So even, by the time 1990 rolled around and I was an adult at that point, I used to take the old rap magazines and I would call the record stores in the back, and I would always ask them for, did they have any like VHS tapes of live concerts, like Boogie Down Productions or Steady B or any of the old rap acts, that were out and doing big things back then. I would ask them for this stuff, and of course they never had them. And I would ask them for all kinds of crazy, weird stuff that they didn't have. I'm sure they thought I was nuts or something. But I was always kind of looking for, that kind of stuff. Anything outside of what, I could find, at the record show or at the record stores, I should say. So then fast forward to 2007. And me and my homeboy Robot, aka Rob, we were going to attend the Rock the Bells show in LA. The big rap concert, Rock the Bells. And Rob suggested that we just go check it out in New York City and just make a whole vacation out of it. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So right before I left, or right after I got to New York, my homeboy Chino D back in Phoenix, he said, hey, make sure you call this chick, one of his homegirls. Her name was Lori, aka Low Rock. Make sure you call Lori and ask her what's going on in the city. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I called her. I didn't know her personally, but it's my homeboy's homegirl. And so I called her and left her a message. So I think it was the next day, me and Rob are in Jamaica, Queens hanging out. And I get a call. And she says, hey, there's this park jam up in the Bronx today. She said there's going to be, I think she mentioned Busy B, Tony Tone, Charlie Chase, Steve D, I believe she mentioned, and maybe like Grandmaster Caz and Melly Mel, people like that. She said, they're all supposed to be performing. And man, let me tell you, my jaw dropped. I couldn't even believe my ears, what I was hearing, that these guys were going to be all in one place at Crotona Park in the Bronx. This is 2007. So Lori says, just come on up to my spot. She lived in the Bronx at the time. Come on up to my spot and we'll all, go over there together. So done, you know what I mean? So me and Rob, we hop on the train. We go all the way up to the Bronx and meet up with her. Then we hop in a cab or whatever they call them up there. They're not really cabs, but East Coast cats know what I'm talking about. Anyway, we hop in the car and we go to Crotona Park. And we're walking around the park, and let me tell you, I just couldn't believe what was going on. I'm just seeing all of these people. First of all, there was like thousands of people up there. Most of the people up there were older people. They were, I would say 40 to 60 years old. And I'm seeing all of these people Like, sure enough, I see Busy Bee on the stage performing. I see Charlie Chase. I see Tony Tone. Grandmaster Caz is performing. I see Raheem from the Furious Five. I see Melly Mel from the Furious Five. I'm absolutely tripping. So I I didn't bring anything to get signed because I do like collecting autographs and whatnot. So I just took off my shoe. I think Rob did the same. We had Sharpies on us, and I just went around and I was asking for all of these autographs from these people. And I kid you not, every time I would see somebody, I would look over and I would see the next person. I would look over and I would see the next person. So there was Steve D was there. Rock Raider was there. DJ Cash Money comes there. Imperial JC was there. Grandmaster Flash was there. DJ Tap Money was there. Coke LaRock was there. Kool Herc was there. It didn't end. It was just massive amounts of hip-hop legends in the park, just right there. And I was just running from one to another like a pinball. Ping, 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 ping. I was just trying to hit everybody. It was absolutely mind-blowing. I couldn't believe it. And I had never heard of the Crotona Park Jams up until then. I believe they started in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around in there. And this was like 2007. And they were created by Popmaster Fable and Christy Z, who had a company called the Tools of War. And this was a part of the Tools of War Park Jam series, where every Thursday in July, they would have these DJ parties and MC parties a lot of times at Crotona Park in the Bronx. And they also had these other jams that they would do in the summertime. I believe they started in June, July, August, and September. I believe one was called Digger's Delight, which was all about rare records, rare songs, rare breaks and beats and whatnot. The DJs would sing on that. They had one that was called, I believe it was called Spanish Hop. And that kind of centered around the Latino and Hispanic DJs. And so you would see some of the best of the best. You never knew who you were going to see there. People like Tony Touch and all of those classic guys. Charlie Chase and cats like that would come out and DJ for those. And I can't remember what the other one was called. And each month it would be at a different park in a different part of New York. And so they continued those for years, man. So like I said, I'm mind blown. I think I saw like Schoolie D was at that one. Grand Wizard Theodore was there. Barry B from the Get Fresh crew. It was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. And they still have them to this day. But let me continue on with this day. So the Park Jam lasted for about 4 hours. I remember Grandmaster Caz, Melly Mel, and Raheem all performed together. Busy Bee did a performance on his own. Rock Raider, he did a DJ set. Steve D did the DJ set. Oh, Jazzy J. How could I forget Jazzy J? Jazzy J did a set, and he also provided the sound for that show. Just mind blowing. I can't say enough things. If you go to my blog, which is it's entitled The Great Adventures of Daryl D, aka God Made Me Funky, you can see a lot of the pictures from that Park Jam, as well as a number of others. And also right here on this channel, you can dig down and see some raw footage of some of those park jams that went down, because I just went this past July 2021. They restarted them, after the whole COVID thing. So that was cool. But anyway, back to that particular day, July 2007. So after the park jam ends, I'm just like, amped up. I can't believe it. So Lori comes over and she says, hey, there's this club downtown, and DMC from Run DMC is gonna make an appearance there. So I'm just like, oh, you gotta be kidding, right? So I'm like, let's go. Anybody that knows me very well knows that I'm the biggest Run DMC fan in the world. So I'm like, let's do it. I've never gotten to meet any of those guys from Run DMC, and let's go. We're somewhere in Manhattan, I don't know. So we hop on the train, we go down there. We get to this club, and we're trying to get in this spot, and the guys at the door, they say, no, you can't come in because you guys are wearing sneakers. Are you serious, man? Are you serious? This is DMC from Run DMC. They're all about sneakers. That's all they wear is sneakers. And you're not going to let me in because I'm wearing sneakers? They're not going to let us in. Needless to say, I was pretty upset about that. So we're just standing outside, and I'm kind of fuming. And then Rob goes, Daryl, ain't that DMC standing over there? And I'm like, where? And he's like, right there. And I look over, and sure enough, maybe about 50, 60 feet away, sort of down the block from the club, there he is. There's DMC from Run DMC. So, boom, we shoot over there. Oh, man, I'm getting to meet one of the guys from the greatest rap group of all time. Always wanted to meet these guys. I could not believe it. I'm meeting DMC. Wow. It was bananas. It was bananas. So, of course, we're getting autographs. Take my shell toe off. He signs my shell toe. You know what I'm saying? We're taking pictures and everything. And it's just like, oh, just mind-blowing. How could this evening get any better? Well, Lori says after that whole thing, she says, hey, there's this other club down here in Manhattan, and Jazzy J and Charlie Chase from the Cold Crush Brothers is going to be DJing. What's up? Oh, you kidding me? What you think is up? Yo, we go over to the spot. It's packed. Now, this is like maybe my this is my third trip to New York City ever. And nothing like this has ever happened, when I was in New York before. And this is just mind-blowing. So we go to this spot. We're up in there. Jazzy J, he had a broken arm at the time. His arm was in a cast. And he was still DJing. Killing it. Cutting it up, man. And so while he's DJing, I'm talking to Charlie Chase. Me and Charlie Chase are kind of playing the wall off to the side. And I'm just like, I can't believe I'm standing here with DJ Charlie Chase from one of the greatest rap groups in history right now. And we just chopping it up, man. And he's just like a really cool, laid back brother. And we're talking about records, and I was just like, where did you used to go dig back in the day? And I was asking him about all these record stores from the past and stuff, and we was just chopping it up. And then there was another DJ there, and I also got to chop it up with him. But it was just like, it was incredible. I couldn't believe everything that had happened. So we hung out there for a few hours, and Rob and I eventually headed back to our hotel. But I just remember relaxing that night and thinking, well, it was early that morning by then. And I was thinking, wow, I can't believe that all of this happened in one day. You know, everything that happened was just mind blowing, spectacular. But the fact that it all happened in one day was just crazy to me. It was, to this day, when I think about it, I can't believe that I got to experience all that in one day. So, as far as the Crotona Park Jams are concerned, Grandmaster Caz and Grandmaster Caz Entertainment, they are continuing that because Christy and Fable kind of stepped back from it and handed it over to Caz, and Caz is in charge of it now, and so it's still going on. So, if nothing else, every Thursday in July in Bronx, New York, at the Crotona Park, the Crotona Park Jams, Grandmaster Caz Entertainment. If you are a hip hop connoisseur, you want to go check out these parties every Thursday in July. Check out his website or his social media, excuse me, for all of the details. And over the years, I've never missed one except, 2020 when the whole pandemic thing was going on. But from 2007 all the way until now, 2021, I have not missed one year. I haven't, unfortunately, been able to go to every week, but I will make at least one every year. And over the years, just to give you an idea of some of the people that I have met over the years at this gym that have either performed there or just came to hang out, have been Dada Rock, Mean Gene from the L Brothers, Melly Mel, Coke La Rock, Kool Herc, Grand Poobah, Lord Finesse, Kid Capri, Mixmaster Ice from UTFO, Cheryl the Pearl from the Sequence, T-Ski Valley, Reggie Reg, Tony Tone, JDL, Crazy Legs, Fable, what's my man Lee from Beat Street? I'm sorry, I can't remember his actual name. Even what's that one cat? I can't think of. Bill Adler, Tony Touch, Cool DJ AJ, Grandmaster Caz. What's my man that used to Grand Dragon KD. What's the cats from the Double Trouble? I can't think of their names. But both of the cats from Double Trouble, I've met them up there several times. Jazzy J, of course. Grandmaster Caz, who's the host. Jazzy Joyce. Who else? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Like, you name it, I've met them at some capacity up there. Ken Swift, Little Lep, what's the dude that made the Beat Street movie? I can't even think of his name right now. Why can't I think of his name? Not Beat Street, I'm sorry, Wild Style. I can't even think of his name. The guy who made Wild Style, he was there. I mean, you name it, I've probably met him at some point along the 10, 12 years that I've been going to the park jams up there. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with y'all. Was that was my first visit to the Crotona Park Jams, and I hope that I can continue to go to them. I haven't missed one since 2007, and I have no plans on missing any. So once again, every July in New York, in the Bronx. You want to check it out. If you're a rap connoisseur, if you're a hip hop connoisseur, if you're a fan of the culture at any aspect of the culture, you want to be there. And you never know who you're gonna run into. Pow Wow from Soul Sonic Force, Big, Mr. Biggs from Soul Sonic Force. I've seen them in the park. Lord Jamar, I've seen him in the park. Oh, DJ Hollywood. How could I forget DJ Hollywood? Like the greatest DJ, in the world. DJ Scratch has been in the park. Just an incredible, group of hip hop legends that I've been able to check out. Once again, check out some of the footage, the Crotona Park Jam footage on this channel. Go to my blog, The Great Adventures of Daryl D. You can see a lot of the pictures there. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me, man. There's more story time coming. I got a lot of stuff to share with you guys, and so we're gonna leave it at that. All right, so this is Daryl D signing off. We'll see you next time on Daryl D TV. Peace and love.